Do you want to become an entrepreneur? Do you want to have a life that few will have? Then today I'm going to talk about the 4 levels to becoming an entrepreneur. Coming up next. Hey guys, this is Broke to Beast, where we make videos about starting your own business, online or offline, as well as follow along my own journey. Before we start, if you like entrepreneurship and business content, please make sure and go down below and subscribe because we post videos every day about helping you achieve your success. Alright guys, so today we're going to talk about how you can reach the ultimate level of entrepreneurship. And it all starts from the bottom of the levels. It starts with a job, a job. I know, most entrepreneurs don't want to get a job. And most of the reasons stem around, oh, entrepreneurs shouldn't have jobs. Oh, I hate jobs. I'm not employable. Oh, I definitely shouldn't have a job if I want to become an entrepreneur. And even though all these things can be partially true or even completely true, I'd say that having a job can leverage you in your way to success. So imagine you want to become an entrepreneur, but you need to have a certain income monthly in order to keep the lights on. Well, sometimes it's easier to have a job, at least a part-time job, in order to survive until you can get your business up and going and start making money. I've made this mistake before. I've been heavy-headed in my own mind saying that, oh, I'm an entrepreneur, I shouldn't have a job. And I would quit a job after 1 month or even after a week because I just felt that I needed the pressure to create a business. And I now realize that that was a mistake because I could be much further ahead if I had a job, especially because the money I made from the job, not only could I use it to pay for the lights and to be able to eat at the end of the month, but also because I could use that money to invest in my business, invest in advertising, in websites, and whatever I needed. So yeah, bottom line, I'd say if you don't have money to live for 3 years at your current expenses, I'd say the job is not a bad idea. It can be part of your journey to entrepreneurship. So yeah, even though it's not the end goal, it could be used as a tool in order to achieve it faster and at a higher success. The next level above having a job is to be a freelancer. This is where you don't work for a specific company and you have a contract with them. You simply work individual jobs with individual people. So if you're a copywriting expert, you work with a company to improve their sales page and improve their sales copy. If you're a writer, you can write articles for somebody. So if you charge, basically you can charge per hour or you can charge per contract. You don't really have a specific job with a specific company. And this gives you more freedom because you can choose, most of the times you can choose to work where you want, at the times that you want, and you can basically travel the world and you can use that money to start a business. But this is not entrepreneurship. Sometimes people confuse freelancing with entrepreneurship, but it's not. It's definitely not, for one simple reason. Money is tied with time. The more hours you work, the more you get. Even though you can increase how much you charge per hour, there's still a ceiling how much you can charge. And you can't make money if you're not working. So if you're sick, you don't get money. That is why this is not entrepreneurship. Now, this is not a mandatory step, but I'd say that a lot of people could use this step in order to get to the next level and stop working at a job. Now, the third step is where we get into entrepreneurship. And this is the initial stages of a business, but also could take much longer time if you decide so. So this is where you start your own business. This is true entrepreneurship, where you create a model that is not based on time. Or if it's based on time, you can use people in order to scale it up. But the purpose is not to work in your business, but to work out of it, to create a system where it makes money, ultimately will make money without you. But understandably, in the beginning, it will probably not be like this. Most often, these businesses require a lot of time and effort in the beginning in order to be successful in the future. And if you like entrepreneurship, this can be a great thing, especially, for example, me. I love entrepreneurship. I love building businesses, so I would kill to do this kind of job. Even if I had all the money in the world, I would probably build businesses as well. Not probably, I would definitely build businesses as well. However, if you don't like entrepreneurship, it will probably not be the right road for you. And sooner or later, you will want to revert back to your job. you have to make sure you want to go through entrepreneurship, because it is a hard road and it's not for everybody. The ultimate level of entrepreneurship is passive income. This is how, when you've made a lot of money and you use that money to invest and create income, 99% passive. I'd say that most people think that people get rich because they have 7 streams of income and all that. And that is true when you get very wealthy. You do need to diversify your risk. However, in the beginning, most entrepreneurs that get very rich and become rich, they don't do it through 7 different businesses. They choose one business and they blow it up so big, they make it such a big success, then they can use that money and allocate it to bonds or things that give a low risk, steady of income every single month. So like bonds or treasuries or all that, those types of low risk investments. And this is the ultimate level of entrepreneurship, which I would call maybe passive income or investment. It's where you are no longer needed in the system. So the system produces itself. And even if your bonds don't give you 5% back, they give you 0% back, you still have that amount of money. So if you have a lot of success with one business and you make, for example, $10 million, if you take 5% per year on those $10 million, you're making $500,000 per year extra. You see how powerful that is? That is the power of investment when you have large sums of money. It doesn't make a big difference when you have maybe $10,000, but when you have a lot of money, that's when you have the real leverage in order to make a lot of money passively. Most people would agree that to stay rich, you need to invest your money to keep it growing, or else, yeah, you can keep the money, but it will devalue itself along long periods of time. And it's just smarter to put it in low risk investments where you can just live off of it. Basically, you don't need to work anymore if you choose to. All right, guys, so this is it. These are the 4 levels of entrepreneurship that I view myself when looking at the journey of entrepreneurship. Now, you don't have to go through all of these steps. You can, for example, have a job and invest that money in the job into bonds of 5% per year, but you likely won't have big success if you do this kind of strategy, because you need big sums of money, above 7 figures, I'd say, in order to have enough leverage to make substantial passive income per month, where you can live off of it. However, job is not the only option. You can start doing freelancing work or work based on your time. So you can use that money and invest it in other businesses. Sometimes entrepreneurs like to diversify and say, "Oh, I'm never going to get a job. It's not even on my list." I've been a victim of that also. And it's somewhat a mixture of pride and of resentment for a job, because you know that you don't want to have that job. You feel like you have to respect the entrepreneur way of not having a job. But it's totally not true, because it's all a process. And if you use those tools of getting a job and getting a steady income, so you don't have to think about money, about eating at the end of the month, and you can actually focus on growing your business, I think in the long run, you'll be rewarded much faster and in the bigger rate. And that's what I'm actually doing right now. I'm trying to get some jobs now, even though I have a few businesses that are making money. I want to get a job that I can work at night, so during the day I can do my business. Anyways, I hope this helped, and if you like this type of content, please leave a like and subscribe, because we post videos every day about helping you achieve your success in your business. And if you have any comments or questions, please leave them in the comments below, so we can talk about business and how to help each other grow our businesses. Anyways, until next time, and peace.